It's Monday, it's 12:30. We are live and it's BizFest. And this week, we haven't got Gavin or Jamie. A few difficulties there, but we have all the people that are going to make BizFest an amazing show. And this week, someone's done a little bit of clever work because we're talking about marketing and branding and all that sort of great stuff like PR. So I need some special people that know a little bit about that. So I wonder who I can find in the green room. Oh, here we go. Natalie, Lucy and Martin. Hello, guys. How are you?
Good,
very well, thank you. How are you?
Awesome. I hate doing this. I really don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room. I'm going to pick on Natalie first. Natalie, tell us who you are, what you do, please.
Yes, so thank you very much. I'm Natalie Trice, founder of Natalie Trice Publicity, and never used this so far, but what I do is bloody good PR. I work with business owners all over the world to help them share their expertise, take it out of their brain, put it onto TV screens, radio, podcasts, newspapers, magazines, and kind of give them that third-party endorsement about who they are and what they do. That's me.
Brilliant.
That's what I do.
Brilliant. So that's getting the word out.
Yeah.
All right. We need to look gorgeous. So Lucy, where do you come in? Who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Lucy and I'm a brand photographer, and I specialise in helping small businesses step out in front of the camera and be seen, because so many of us want to hide behind the camera and we just assume that people know what we're doing. So it's my job to help bring that confidence out in small businesses especially, and give them a consistent visual throughout all of their marketing platforms. So not just social media, it's also about the website, it's also about print, so their leaflets and flyers and everything. It's just keeping them consistent visually throughout all of their marketing platforms.
Fantastic. And I can see Gav's in the back room, so I'll bring him in just a second, but we're in a flow here because we've got someone making us stand out. We've got someone making us look gorgeous. How do we finish all this off, Martin? Who are you? What do you do?
Good afternoon all. Martin Taylor from One Vision Print. So we offer a one-stop shop for everything print. So whether it's printed literature, promotional merchandise, branded clothing, or just what I call display solutions, which is your exhibition stands, anything that's going to make you stand out at an exhibition or event. So we just really take the hassle out of buying print. Been going for close on 25 years now, so we must be doing something right.
Absolutely.
Well, apart from getting old.
Look, we're all doing that. We're all doing that. We're all in a new year as well. Gav was there a second ago, and now we've lost his camera, so I don't know what's going on there. But here he is. Here he is. Hang on. So we'll bring him in. Good morning, Gavin. How the devil are you, sir?
I'm really well. And apologies, I'm late.
That's all right. Better late than never. We're having a little bit of a worry there with the cameras working. You've already had an insight to who the three people are this morning. Top work for you for getting all the branding type people in one show. This is going to be a really good show. How's life at BizFest HQ?
It's really good. It's really, really good. Nice and busy. We've had obviously last week was a kind of getting ourselves back into the flow of things. We've made some adjustments to our website, new website live. If you haven't seen it, please go and have a little look. But yeah, it's going really, really well. Jamie's in. You can probably hear him.
I can hear him in the background. He's never quiet, is he, Gavin? He's never quiet. And how are we getting on with those speakers? I think we've got quite a few speakers coming this year, haven't we?
We do. We're going to be very much kind of promoting the speaker, the keynote lineup. Of course, Ashley Leeds opening.
Seriously, I got the opening slot, have I? That's exciting. That means I got to get up early. Thanks for that.
You strike me as an early riser anyway, mate. So
yeah, absolutely. I need a nap at lunchtime. That's the trouble. Yeah. That's the trouble.
Yeah,
so next week, can we find out a few more of who the speakers are when you come on our show next week?
Awesome. I've got a few things I'd like to. I wanted to do it today, but I know you've got three amazing people waiting in the wings: Martin, Natalie, and Lucy. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to let you talk to those guys because all three of them are legends. Natalie exhibited with us last year. Obviously, she is the PR expert. She exhibited with us last year. She's come back. She's also going to be helping us with our PR moving forward as well. And then we've got Lucy Holden, who is an incredible photographer. Again, exhibited last year, came back. it's that old thing of people vote with their feet, and anyone that's watching this is thinking, I don't know if it's worth it. Speak to Natalie and speak to Lucy. Martin didn't exhibit with us last year, but I believe, please do confirm, I believe he came as a visitor and liked the vibe, and he was like, yeah, get me on board. So
let's see what he's got to say about that. You're right in the spotlight now, Martin.
Spot on, Gavin. Yeah, you're spot on. I spent a day at BizFest last year, walked around, got a feeling for the vibe, the energy in the room. Spoke to a number of exhibitors, and so that's the reason we signed up for this year and got on board. So looking forward to it.
Amazing. Definitely. Really appreciate that.
We can't say better than that, can we, Gav?
Say again, mate.
Right. Yeah. I said we can't say better than that, can we? So awesome. We can. So, yeah, awesome. Right, Gav, I'm going to kick you out because I've got all these amazing people that just right. Cheerio, mate.
Cheers, Gavin.
He's gone. Right, where were we? So you're doing the PR for BizFest, Natalie. Where do we start with PR?
I think where do we start is that someone's got to do it. So why not you?
Yeah.
I've done this for a long time. I've worked in publicity for 30 years, and I've PR'd everything from Animal Planet, Discovery Channel. I used publicity to turn myself into essentially an orthopedic surgeon when my son was diagnosed with hip dysplasia as a baby. It's a very, very clever tool, but it's also one that I think people are fearful of because skeletons in the cupboard, what might the mums at the school gates think, journalists are trying to catch you out. So and you can understand that, but equally, if we think about social media, you're kind of quite happy to share that you've had an argument with your partner on social media, and that can be snapped and shared and used everywhere. So with publicity, we're using it in a very purposeful way. For example, with BizFest, it's to get more people to come along. It's to talk about people's experiences last time. It's about seeing that there is life outside of London. As someone who moved to Devon 10 years ago from London, there is life outside. So it is a force for good. I think if people can get over their fear of being on a bigger stage, but they're already on it, it's those two things. And then once you've got your photos from Lucy and you've got your great t-shirts from Martin, it all comes together. One in isolation is tricky, but when you put it all together and then you see a picture of yourself that Lucy's taken, wearing Martin's t-shirt at BizFest, talking to you, it all comes together. And
it's
it lets
amazing.
people know that you're there.
Absolutely. I'm talking about marketing and PR. Mihal does lots on LinkedIn. He
can't hear you, Ashley.
He comes to can anyone else hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So Martin, you've got something wrong with your sound, I'm afraid. We can hear you. But Mihal is doing lots of stuff on LinkedIn, so that's PR, isn't it? And quickly shout out to Abby. You'll have to move, Abby. Natalie might be selling her house. You could come and move into her house. But it is an absolutely fab expo. There's so much going on. So yeah, all good stuff. So where are we, Lucy?
Yeah.
Your turn. So what are you doing to help people get into the photography side? Because like Natalie said, I don't want to do this, and so many people don't want their photo taken. You look at their LinkedIn profile, it's probably their passport photo from 5 years ago. What are you doing to help people be a little bit braver with their photos?
I think for me, I feel like people, especially women in business, they seem to hide behind their product or their service. I know it's not just women, but I find that women are a lot more camera shy, or a lot more, I'm not photogenic, no one wants to see me. And I guess everyone has these thoughts and this imposter syndrome. But my brand boost days that I host, I've found that have been really positive experience for small businesses to come along, because it's not just about them stepping in front of the camera on their own. They're doing it as a group. So even though they come as their own business, they are there as a group. Just a really relaxed day. You get your makeup done, and lunch is included. So it's really relaxing. It's a good networking opportunity for people as well. So quite a few women that have been part of my Brand Boost days have walked away with their own collaborations as well. And then you get the professional imagery and the content creation amongst that as well. And I feel like once the women have had a bit of makeup put on and a bit of TLC, then they're a lot happier to get in front of the camera. So, and if they came for a shoot with me, for example, just on their own, if it wasn't a Brand Boost day, I don't just stick a camera in someone's face. It's all very relaxed. Let's have a cup of tea. And before the shoot day as well, we've got to know each other a bit online or in person. We meet for a coffee just to get those nerves out, because even though I'm a photographer, I still get nervous being in front of the camera. It's like, it's not a natural thing. I'd much rather be hiding behind the camera. But I feel like the people that come to me for their photos, we're quite similar in how we're feeling, and I can understand that feeling that they're having. So they relax a lot more into it. I had a lady come a couple of years ago now, and she was like, she knew she had to have some photos taken to be more visual and be seen, but she was like, oh, I really don't want to do this, it's my worst fear. But then after the shoot, she had a little spring in her step, and she was like, oh, I love that, I think I might be a model, I'm gonna take it all in. So so I just love that journey of seeing people not want to be in front of the camera to actually enjoying it, and knowing that we all feel the same at some point, and we all have those fears, but just facing the fear and doing it anyway is what.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the best that can happen? And talking of models, Martin, I want to know what mistakes we're making with our print. Because I guess we're not scared like we are with Natalie and Lucy, but what sort of things are we doing wrong with all our print media?
Well, I think with any form of in business, we've all got a budget that we've got to work with, really. And I think sometimes people don't put enough thought into the best way to spend that budget, and also what they're trying to achieve and how they're trying to achieve it. So I don't think there's one answer that fits all, that covers the whole of that. But all I would say is that it's down to, where do you need your printed literature, or let's call it print, your merchandise, your literature, whatever, your branded clothing or your exhibition stand. What are you trying to achieve? And what's the message you're trying to get across, and what is the best way to get that message across, really? I think print really just breaks the barriers down. It makes it more personal. So for instance, if you're going to mail, if you get 1,000 pens produced, and you just stick those in the post and you just mail them out, they're not really. You're not really. Yes, you've had 1,000 pens and you custom, but you haven't had that the personal connection with the person you're giving that to. So if you're going to have 1,000 pens in that example, it's far better if you're giving those out when you're networking with people, or when you're exhibiting at BizFest, or when you're going to see a new client, when you're going to see your existing clients, because we all like to be given something, and that just it helps to build the relationship between the two parties, really. So does that sort of answer?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What we're saying, I think if you look at promotional merchandise, it's really is a personal thing. At Christmas, the best present you received wasn't necessarily the most expensive present, but it was the one that somebody may have put a bit of thought into. Say the family picture in a picture frame doesn't cost a lot, but it's so emotive, and I think that's the thing with print. That's right. What value do you put on something like a picture? Yeah.
That's a photo of my girls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
yes.
They were going out for the day together. Not with their grandson, so they were just going out on their own, and they were catching up, and they were having some time on their own. And so I sent them some money, and so like, go and get yourself a hot chocolate or something. And they sent me that photo, and they said, "Oh, thanks, Dad." And that is lovely. It makes me want to go now. But I said that would be a great Christmas present. And so on Christmas Day, I opened that up, and yeah, it was crying on Christmas Day.
Perfect.
And like you say, it's just getting that thing right. And yeah, who wants another stress ball? But it's that sort of thing. So, okay, we have got three amazing people. You're all exhibiting at BizFest. Quick sentence or two. Why? Who wants to go first?
I think I'll go. Don't mind.
Yeah, carry on. Carry on.
It exposes your business to firstly, it's an opportunity to build existing relationships with people you're dealing with already that are walking past. You don't always have that opportunity to have those conversations. It's exposing your business to new clients and prospects. But they're in an environment they're happy to have that conversation instead of, they're not. They've gone to the Business Fest to build relationship, so they're open to listen to what you've got to say. And I think, but that's where I think it works hand in hand. They're either going to like or dislike the people working on your stand, but prior to that, we've had it on a number of occasions when we've exhibited. We don't know the people we're speaking to, but they know us because they may have followed us on our social media. They may have know us through somebody else. So it's all pieces in the jigsaw that, and our job as businesses in marketing is to complete the jigsaw for that prospect, and that's when they start ordering from us.
Fantastic. Lucy?
Yeah, everything that Martin said there, I completely agree with. And for me also, it's the networking and the collaborations we meet with the exhibitors that we have before the show, even the show started. So last year, I was not really sure what to expect, but those networking events that are put on before the show, we've made so many good connections. We all get to know each other a bit more before the day, and it just makes the day. I think that's why the buzz was so good in the room last year, because we all were rooting for each other. We really wanted everyone to do as well as they could. And then if you're speaking to someone on your stand and they're saying about something, I'll be like, oh no, you need to go and speak to Martin about that, or you need to go and speak to Natalie because they're like experts in their field. So it's all about the collaborating and just that relationship building even prior to the show itself.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's like we're all one big happy family trying to help business owners do stuff. And your thoughts then, Natalie? Why are you exhibiting again? Well,
I went last year and it went so fast. I'm like, right, this time I'm going to go and kind of really absorb it was just such a great event. I'm a hermit, so I spent a lot of time in my office with my dogs. And I went and I was just like, it's that not being in London thing, that actually there is a community here. There are lots of different people doing lots of different things that you would never know about otherwise. And it's for everybody. So I think it was great to be part of that first one and to now be like, right, this time I need to wear not heels, more comfortable shoes like that, which I don't really possess.
They looked good though. They looked good, but yeah.
They did look good, but wholly unsuitable for 12 hours on my feet. And I think it's a connection thing. For me, I am quite a hermit. But when you go to those things, and I think it's great timing because it's April, so it's just as we go into spring. Everyone's coming out of hibernation. There's a lot of things going on, and like Lucy said, the events beforehand. So I went to the one at Bovey Castle, and it was great and also I just think Jamie and Gavin are just great, and anything that I can do to support them and what they're building, then I'm all up for.
Fantastic. No, and like you said, basically it's the community, isn't it? That's what it's all about. Okay, so I'm thinking of exhibiting, or I am exhibiting at BizFest. I need to maximize it, so I'm going to need some decent photos. I'm going to need some print material. I'm going to need some PR. All right. Give us some advice, guys, of what you would be saying to me if I was exhibiting at BizFest to really get more bang for my buck. So who wants to go first with that one?
I think they really need to think about how they want to speak to the people going past and stopping at their stand. So last year with mine, for example, I had 3 headshots on the day. So that was not only a talking point, but it got people getting a taster of me. So, and I think when it comes to the photos that you're sharing within your stand, whether that's the backdrops, the roller banners, the leaflets, it really needs to show your personality and don't just do a selfie. You want to look like the professional person that you are. So, and also it prints better as well. So the professional photos you've had done, go and print it with Martin, because it's going to look amazing.
Martin, do you do banners?
Banners, yes, yeah.
Right. So Lucy, you take the photos. Martin, you can do the banners for them, and then Natalie, you can tell everybody about it. Sorry, carry on, Lucy.
Sounds good. That's pretty much what I was saying. Just if you're going to be investing in a photographer, then do invest in actual good printing as well. Or you just, and also with a professional person, they also know like what size it needs to be, and you've got it all in the right format for printing and everything as well. So that's what I was saying anyway.
The first ever banner I did is a long time ago now. It was for my band, and we blew it up and sent it off to the printer, and it came back. It was all pixelated. Rubbish. Anyway, that's Martin. What sort of things should we be having on our stands? I know I said stressful. I think you've got to break it down again to what you're trying to achieve. So you're trying to get people onto your stand. So when we exhibit, we just jokingly say, "Do you want some freebies?" So we've normally got our catalogue in a tote bag, say we've got some pens and other freebies in there. So we use the freebies to get people onto the stand. Then obviously you're having the conversations, what do you do? And then you're just having your general conversations. And I always like to find out what football team people support, but that's just me. But you're building relationships up. You're getting connections. So then they can then, again, if we're talking about merchandise, they can then take your merchandise away, and that will remind them of the conversations that you had on the stand. So again, what merchandise will work for me may not work for Ashley and be different to Lucy. That's the skill, is getting the right merch. But the other key thing that people forget is that when we've given a One Vision bag at an exhibition and they're walking around West Point, then One Vision is also walking around West Point. One Vision is being advertised because those bags are walking around West Point. So then you get people coming to your stand saying, "Can I have one of your bags, please?" So and you're never going to get a direct return on a lot of the investment that you do in marketing in general, but it's the indirect connections, like Lucy was saying about exhibiting at sort of BizFest. It's the building the relationships up with the communities as well. So I think it's there's no indirect return, but if you go out there with your plan, and just one thing to add, you mentioned banner, but exhibition stands in general. When people are walking past your stand, we've all done it. There might be 2 or 3 of you on the stand, and you're engrossed. You are having conversations, so you're missing a lot of people that are walking past. So what I always say to people, your exhibition stand needs to be the message that you would be getting, whether it's your elevator pitch or whatever you're talking about in that 30 seconds. If somebody's walking past the stand, they need to know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. So that's a conversation in itself. They've walked past, but they've clocked what you do, and they may look you up on social media or come back later. So I think it's used instead of just, obviously the nice photography then works with the message. Right. Yeah. Hopefully that helps. No, it's brilliant. And the message ties into what Natalie does.
That's right.
We've got the best on here, haven't we, Natalie? Go for it, Natalie.
The first thing that I would say, and a shameless plug for my book, PR School, but you can be your own newsmaker. You do not have to wait for the editor of, I don't know, Devon Live or Cornwall Today or whatever it is. Start telling people now. Start putting it on your social media. Start connecting with other exhibitors, because sometimes, especially if you've not done publicity in the past, it can feel very daunting. So if I was to say to you, right, I want you all to go write press release and send it to your local paper, you'd be like, no chance. But if simply you start saying you're going on a frequent basis and maybe start to see, are there journalists locally that are going? Are there, the 3-4 of us today? Are you connected with us? So actually talking about it yourself, because then it's already out in the world. And you're never going to, I always say Beyonce wasn't packed as a baby on the steps of the hospital in her Moses basket. We all have to start somewhere. And I think that PR can be incredibly intimidating for a lot of people. But be your own media maker first, and then take it from there. So people will be excited. It might be like, oh, I'm going to the printers today. Have my photos done with Lucy. I'm going to the printers today, see Martin. Come and check out my stand at BizFest and see what I've got for you. Because you're starting, publicity is all about telling a story. You're taking people on that journey with you. And then when eventually you are on Devon Live, because you have the best stand, that's your story for the press afterwards.
Oh, brilliant.
And Natalie, would you say this is true? And also with the same with the photography, but when you're putting your message across, and we say it with the same with the literature and everything that we use, the branding or what the photography that we may use or the images, it's got to represent your personality. It's not got to change your personality, has it? And I think this is what too many people, we all make the mistake when you first get involved. You think, oh, maybe I should be more like this as opposed to like this. But really, it's your personality that people deal with, and that's what makes you different, isn't it?
Yeah, because if they come to your stand and they see us here today,
yeah,
and we're not what we present at this moment, they'll be like, well, that doesn't make sense. It's like going and buying, the heels that I talked about, and because they said they're really comfy, at the end of the day, we're like, well, you were lying. They're really not comfy. They just look nice. So you've actually got to be, you've got to be yourself, because people buy from people and they connect with who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Therefore, you can have all the shiny stuff. If it's not you, and it's the same with the press, they're interviewing you and you've given something that you're not, it doesn't work.
Yeah, definitely. It's key. It's a key part of business, really. That's why somebody will deal with your business as opposed to another PR business, because there's a connection. It might be where you came from, it might be a hobby or interest, but that's the key. And also you have to remember them, and we have to remember those conversations. And it might just be a conversation about walking, like I like walking the coastal path. It might walk in the southwest coastal path and somebody else, and they will remember that. They've forgotten all the other bits, but that memory is triggered. And that's when they're thinking in 6 months' time about some type of print, they think of that.
I think also there's this idea, I say to people, what do you want to be known for? So that can kind of come through in all of your marketing, your photos, your, I don't know, look at Victoria Beckham. Well, she's known for not smiling. How many photos do you see with Victoria? I'd be amazed if you saw her, if you met her in real life and she was like always smiling. Yeah. And then you'd be like, well, that doesn't add up. So yeah, it's what people will remember you for. Hopefully, not your shoes.
Well, Ashley, I remember Ashley. Well, I know Ashley for his yellow t-shirts.
Yeah.
If he turns up without a yellow t-shirt, and I think there's something wrong with him.
I get told off if I do a post and I'm not wearing a yellow t-shirt. It's got nothing. The replies, the comments I get, it's got nothing to do with what I've said, which is like amazing. It's where's your yellow t-shirt?
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you went for a photo shoot with Lucy and you were like in a pin tie suit and a bow tie, you'd be like, what's
Well, Ashley, what's going on?
Yeah,
There's a yellow striped one, then it'll be all right.
I did it on our wedding day. I was just so serious because I thought you need to, obviously treating the day with respect. So I stood there, just sort of more like that. And my wife came up next to me and stood next to me and says, "You okay? What's the matter?" So I was trying to be more serious, but because I felt that's what the occasion meant. But really, she was worried because she think, "Are you all right?"
Yeah, I've made this mistake, honey.
No, but it was just sometimes you just got to go with what you feel is your gut feeling, haven't you? And not try to change things. And that's what, when you're exhibiting at BizFest and you're networking, just be yourselves and just people buy into that. As long as you get the job done.
Absolutely. Guys, we have run out of time already. I cannot believe that. I'm going to give a shout out to my guests next week. We've got Rebecca, Tia and Adrian coming in. They're going to be chatting about what they do and looking forward to BizFest. And before we say goodbye, quick round the room. I know that you've got a book, Natalie. I know you've got a thing coming up. Lucy, tell us about those and then we better go. So go on then, Lucy. What's your thing coming up?
My thing is my brand boost day that I spoke about briefly earlier. So my next one I'm hosting on the 23rd of March, which is a Monday. So if anyone is interested in coming along or finding out a bit more about that, then I'd love to speak to people and invite you along.
Fantastic. And the links will be in the podcast show notes. Thank you, Lucy. Thanks so much for coming. I look forward to seeing you at the next event. Martin?
Well, I'll just be out networking. Had a period of time where I didn't do a lot of networking, and then I've started to do more and more networking, and I enjoy it. So yeah, it's the run events this week down there, got Plymouth and Newton Abbot, I think.
And Exeter on Friday.
Oh, Exeter, sorry. Yes, yeah, Exeter on Friday.
Absolutely.
So anybody there, please come along and say hello.
Fantastic.
John.
And,
what's in Newton Abbot, Martin?
Pardon?
What's in Newton Abbot?
No, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. The Newton Abbot one, I think, is coming up in a week. Is it next week? Is it? Yeah. This week it's Plymouth and.
I'll ask you. Yeah.
And Natalie, tell us about your book.
My book, PR School, so it's my second book, and this is a masterclass in self-publicity. So if you just really want to get an insight into how to be on the front cover of Forbes, it's a start where you are, and it takes you literally through what is publicity, how to do it, but there's a kind of, I call my books as a self-development element, but essentially, if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. So why should it be you?
Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for making this such an interesting show.
Thank you.
We'll see you at BizFest. Thank you to everybody for commenting. We will see you next week. Cheerio. Thank you so much for watching or listening to my show this week. I want to bring to you people that can help us running our business. I love having a chat. I'm very nosy, very curious, and I'd love to ask questions. So if you want to be a guest, or if you've got some ideas for guests, let me know. And if you want me to help you with your LinkedIn, get in touch, because I want to give you a voice. Now, that could just be using LinkedIn, but I do other things as well. So I can help you with a podcast, a live show, and all kinds of other amazing things. So get in touch. My name is Ashley Leeds. I'm the 15-minute guy, and you can find me on LinkedIn.